Wow.
Oh my word. He put that right where he needed it. Oh.
Wow.
Unbelievable. We have Antonino Pizzolato from Italy versus Karlos Nasar from Bulgaria. Max, who are you most excited to see in this field today?
I'm definitely excited to see the battle between Nino and Karlos for sure. I think that'll be electric. But I'm also really excited to see what happens in second and third place because, like we've seen the rest of the competition, and we were discussing before, it could easily be a battle of attrition here.
Yep.
Could be a lot of misses, could be a big upset, could be a lot of, positions changing hands here.
Karlos Nasar, Bulgaria.
There's the young, now 18-year-old Karlos Nasar. Karlos, the world record holder in the 81 kilo category, clean and jerk 208 kilos. In fact, I think he might still be 17. 12th of the 6th is his birthday, so his birthday in a week from now? Well, so still a 17-year-old for Karlos. A quick reminder of last year's battle at 81, Antonino Pizzolato versus Karlos Nasar. Karlos Nasar snatched 163 kilos, Antonino Pizzolato 164 kilos. Karlos then hit 206 kilos in the clean and jerk. That's just 1 kilo below, at the time, the world record of 207. Nino then worked up 206 kilos. Also, he matched it, which meant that he won by a kilo. That is Antonino Pizzolato's best ever total. It's 370 kilos. He then competed at the Olympic Games. Didn't hit quite the same numbers, but did put in an enormous attempt. He clean and jerked 200 kilos, but made a shot for 210 kilos for the gold medal. As an 81 kilo lifter, he clean and jerked 210, that's 3 kilos over the world record. He made the clean, was unable to make the jerk, just slightly wobbly in the elbows. That's going to be the thing that he's going to have to watch out for at this competition. Months later, he didn't show to the World Championships, which left Karlos Nasar able to go for the gold on his own. There, Karlos hit new records in both lifts. He snatched 166 kilos, he clean and jerked 208 kilos, a 374 kilo total, 4 kilos more than Antonino Pizzolato has ever done. They both now jump up to this 89 kilo category, so big things in store for them. The world standard in the clean and jerk, 216 kilos, nobody's hit that yet, so 217 kilos will be a world record. 214 kilos will be a European record. I wouldn't be surprised if either of those fall today.
You'll also notice Pizzolato has 210 as his opening clean and jerk listed. I'm wondering how much of that is just a symbolic, symbolic opener for sure, but in particular 210, maybe he's coming back, and that's on his hit list.
The Olympic bronze medalist, the 2017, I believe, let me check this. Yeah, bronze medalist at the World Championships. He won the European Championships in 2019. He won again 2021. And here's a pretty normal-looking 17-year-old, Max. Karlos Nasar. Similar physique to you when you were 17?
Yeah, he's a little bit less muscular than I was.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
And we've got some word from the back room for those interested. Rezi Davitadze has just snatched 155 kilos. Antonino Pizzolato and Karlos Nasar, both of them at 140 kilos. They're going neck and neck. They're just one platform apart. In fact, you can see Karlos there. The two of them are separated by Rezi Davitadze. Right now, we can see the heaviest entry snatches. 170 is the top number there. Antonino Pizzolato. He regularly puts in extremely large openers, but brings them down. 168 from Andranik Karapetian, 167 from Karlos Nasar. If Karlos and Pizzolato make those openers, they'll actually be international records for both of them. So we saw, and I have mentioned this before, but we saw in the training hall 2 days ago, Karlos Nasar work up to a 3-rep max in the front squat, 230 kilos. He actually failed the third attempt. Interestingly, Antonino Pizzolato, definitely stronger in the legs. His front squatted, I believe, 250 kilos, certainly 240 for a double.
Yeah, certainly an interesting, interesting lift to take.
Yeah, it's an interesting tactic. Working up so heavy 2 days out. Antonino Pizzolato hit 160 kilos. That also might be the last lift he hits in the back room, depending on whether or not he drops down. I'd be surprised, Max, if he went 160 to 170.
Yeah. We'll definitely see them jump we'll see this cluster lift at the top here probably drop down here soon enough. We're only at 165, but it's going to be close.
I think Karlos will take the 67. Apparently he just hit 162 in the back room. So a 5 kilo jump there. Looks like he's setting himself up for 167. No other reason to hit 62, really, unless he's going for 67. I wonder if Karlos will also take 67, or if he's going to go up. But we now have a cluster of athletes in this 67, 68 sort of range. So Karlos has gone up. So Karlos Nasar's bumped up to 171. Pizzolato 170.
It'll be very interesting with these numbers going up more and more here. A little bit of brinksmanship, pushing each other. Who's going to open first?
Yeah.
What happens there?
Yeah. I tell you what, if you're going to play the game of who can open heaviest, I wouldn't want to be playing it against a Bulgarian. Not least one who's 17 years old and knows nothing but world records. So Karlos Nasar just received word, snatched 167 in the back room.
Wow.
That was going to be his opener, but he decided, you know what, let's just take it here.
It's definitely aggressive. It's a very aggressive plan to be taking big numbers like that.
Pizzolato hit 165 in the back room, we're getting word about. So again,
let's just hope they bring the competition on the platform for us to see.
That 165 in the back room by Pizzolato is actually equal to the most he's ever hit in a competition. Okay, here we have the newly 89 kilo Antonino Pizzolato. 5 kilos more than anything he's ever made. 170 kilos. An enormous lift. Well, you know he's strong enough. He certainly pulled that high enough, pulled it fast enough off the floor.
Yeah.
He can make that.
Tiny bit rushed and hop back there on that one. Well, here's the question. He's got a 2-minute clock. If he stays at 170, if they bump to 71, Karlos could bump another kilo and steal that clock.
And you know, I bet he would.
Yeah, I think, but also push himself to have to take 172. So I think we'll see 70 again.
Yeah.
That'd be my guess. It's the smartest move. He does have his shirt on.
Yeah, popped it on. Bit of warmth. Maybe there's something, a pre-lift ritual of taking that shirt off, almost reliving the first attempt, perhaps.
Here he goes.
And come out fresh again. Quick reminder for you all, the European standard, there is no European record yet. The European standard is 178. Much better. Oh, he's going to be thrilled.
Really, really good.
Oh, I have to say, I feel a weight off my shoulders. You know, we hype up these competitions, these battles that we predict are going to be worth watching. And there's always that fear in the back of your mind that something might happen. An athlete might get injured, they might bomb out, and we don't get to see what it is they've been waiting for. When you see that come out, amazing. Now, did I just hear the words record? Is that because it is? This is going to be a junior world record.
Yeah.
Okay.
As an opener.
Okay.
Certainly a Bulgarian type move, though.
More than he's ever done internationally. His best snatch is 166 at 81. A new junior world record if he makes it.
Wow.
Okay. Okay.
Very, very strong.
Oh my word, things are heating up here today with the 89s.
This is exactly what we wanted to see.
Good grief. Now, I have a quick question. Oh, before I ask that, it's a junior world record, we should mention that.
Still very good.
So, in the last competition, World Championships, Karpetin made 175. He took the gold in the snatch there.
Oh.
Okay, that's just brilliant.
Easy. So easy.
That's just brilliant. Wow. I think Karlos takes it and makes it, and Pizzolato were to miss, his third, we might see Karlos say, you know what, I'm just going to go for a world record. Okay, here we have it. 175. Now, I could be wrong. I think this equals the heaviest snatch that any 89 has hit in a competition, ever.
Yeah. Just a little bit forward.
Yeah, that's a miss there for Karlos. He is a clean and jerk specialist, but still, he's going to be disappointed. His Instagram bio says that his personal record snatch is 175 kilos, so that is a gutsy attempt for him.
Yep. Now, I think that may have charged up Nino here because he definitely wants to be the front runner in this. If he makes this, he's in the driver's seat. Wow.
Oh my word. He put that right where he needed it. Oh.
Holy cow.
And you know he means business when he doesn't celebrate. He just turned away, walked off like a robot.
He's here to win.
Gosh, he's going to stare down Karlos in the back room. We might need to get another camera in there. I think we might see a bit of a fist fight if we're not careful. And so, third attempt now.
Karlos is...
For Karlos, 176 kilos.
He's telling Nino, the old man, to step aside.
There's a new teenager in town. His name is Karlos Nasar. Nine seconds.
Wow. So close.
It was a better attempt as well. It was a better attempt.
He's got a deceptive pull because the bar passes his knees and he starts that transition pretty early.
Yeah, he does.
He still has an incredible ability to keep the bar moving towards his hip and accelerating, but definitely any more movement forward or any slight change in that transition, and it leaves the bar forward. So he's just barely off. One more attempt, I think he'd make that.
I think the real question now is how strong is Pizzolato and how strong is Nasar in the clean and jerk? I mean, 4 kilos up in the snatch. That means that Nasar is going to have to out clean and jerk him by 5 kilos, which, you know, I don't know if he can do. I just don't know if he's got that in him. He's going to have a huge... Well, it's not that Nasar doesn't have a huge clean and jerk. It's I think Pizzolato has potentially almost equally as big a clean and jerk as Nasar.
He's also sitting 4 kilos up in that snatch, which is just a much better position to be in going into the clean and jerk, knowing you only at the least have to tie for the win.
2 interesting lifts that we've seen from these front runners in training. Nasar did a 200 kilo clean plus 2 jerks. Pizzolato did a 205 kilo 2 cleans plus 1 jerk.
You know, it's difficult to say because they're both, for one, they're both training to their individual weaknesses, it looks like.
Right, it's athlete dependent.
Right?
Athlete dependent, yeah.
The person, you know, both of them are basically trying to make that last jerk of that complex as hard as possible. One via doing a second jerk and one via doing the extra clean. If your clean is more difficult and you're very strong in the jerk, being a little bit fatigued after that second clean, you know, can really simulate a heavier weight than that.
Yeah.
But then again, you know, lowering that bar for the second jerk could be, in some cases, a catastrophic event. So, you know,
when you're 17, I don't think you know injury.
Yeah, you're unaware of the danger you're putting yourself in. But either one, those are both equivalently extraordinary lifts.
Yeah.
And certainly shows that they're both training to the way that they need to be, improving weaknesses and getting strong exactly where they need it.
Okay, so news from the back room. Davitadze hit 150, Pizzolato 120, and Karlos hit 140 kilos. I suppose at this point there's still probably some, you know, 10 attempts out potentially from coming out, so 15 minutes or so until we see any of them. So the word in the back room is that actually Nasar's already up at 180 whereas Pizzolato is still at 140.
At that rate, he may open at 230 kilos. He's going a little quick.
Actually, I caught wind earlier that he's looking at taking down Lash Talakadzi's 267 all time.
Knowing him, he'd open with it. An interesting story about that. We were at a seminar with Ilya Ilin, and my wife asked him, "What do you think about? What are you looking at when you do the jerk?" And he paused for a few seconds before he said, "I'm just looking at my fans congratulating me after I win." Not the most helpful piece of advice for us struggling to make lifts, but certainly one of the most entertaining pieces of advice I've gotten.
It's not the most practical things I've ever heard, but it is one of the most Ilyan things I've ever heard. So Pizzolato still yet to take 160 in the back room. Davidtadze about to take 192. Karlos has already loaded 200 kilos, which is just confusing either way.
Perhaps he likes a longer weight. Well, Nino's, if he's opening at 210, he potentially has several 2-minute clocks ahead of him.
Supposedly, he just is still at 160 kilos. You'll be pleased to know Karlos Nasar apparently smoked 200 kilos in the back room just now. Okay, Nino's just hit 180 kilos in the back room. Karlos 200 in the back room. So, interestingly here, the Bulgarians clearly mistimed things. Karlos hit that 200. He sat there for a while. He's dropped back down to 160 kilos. We've actually just been sent a video of it, which Max and I are going to watch now. Okay, he power cleaned it to... Oh, wow.
Very easy power clean and power
Let's
jerk.
have a look at that again. Power clean and power jerk for Karlos Nasar in the back room. That looked so easy.
The working up to 200 then back down is, if they did mistime it, that's an amateur mistake to say the least.
Yeah, he's not going to...
Especially with weights of this size.
Right.
Now, knowing how they train, I don't think it'll be too much of a problem, but, you know, again, kind of pointless.
Word is Karlos Nasar has moved over to the waiting area. So he's not going to take anything else. Although we've just been told he's actually now walking back to his platform, so perhaps he's going to hit something else. Now this is what we're hoping to do with the Weightlifting House commentary, is show you a little bit more about what's going on. I think this information that we're getting from the back room really showing what it's like to be an athlete who's opening up last. So many things you can't predict, so many misses that mistime things. Antonino Pizzolato hit that 180, he's dropped down to 160 and made it. Karlos Nasar, who hit 200, dropped down to 160, went and waited. Then he went back and he hit 180 kilos, so he worked back up. Max and I are just watching that lift now for the first time. Okay, he just cleaned it, he didn't go overhead, and now he is back in the waiting area again. So it's not easy being a top lifter, timing when your opening attempt's going to be.
Yeah.
Okay, here's Karlos Nasar, 17-year-old. He's a world record holder in this lift in the lighter 81 kilo category, 208 kilos he hit at the World Championships. Strong clean.
Very, very strong.
He gets a lot of height on that bar in the jerk, doesn't he?
Yeah. Tall lifter, a little bit longer, but wow.
Now Pizzolato still has 210 kilos in as his opener, which, to be honest, that could be the sort of opener that if you hit it, you win.
Yeah.
This is the heaviest opener any 89 has ever hit. And you can see how strong he is in the squat.
Wow.
Great work.
Such an authoritative
lift. Oh my word. And that is the...
that's the start you want. Setting himself up. I mean, it's only 4 kilos from here if he makes it to 215. And potentially he may want to leave himself the opportunity for an even bigger lift if Pizzolato takes something over 211.
For those of us who've been involved in weightlifting for a decade or so. 211 will be a number that's sort of imprinted in your mind. It was for a long time the weight that all the 77 kilo athletes were trying to hit. The world record, Oleg Perpechenov at 210, was there for quite a while.
Wow.
Brilliant, just brilliant. Can he do it? He can.
That is
211.
Absolutely amazing.
So 2 personal records for them both internationally.
Karlos is trying to force the hand of Nino here with 220, but Nino's playing the smarter game here, going for 212.
Yeah, it's going to force 17 for Nasar. Only a 2 kilo jump for Nino.
This is a tactical move.
Yeah,
for sure.
Very clever. Just putting the pressure on him. Okay, 212.
Wow.
Yeah, so much speed off the floor. Absolutely staggering. You know, and he's worked so hard on maintaining the lockout. Traditionally, he's been called, he's been red lighted, he's had lifts overturned for that lockout.
Yeah.
But clearly he's put in a lot of work.
This is a great example of brilliant execution.
Yeah.
He's making lots of lifts, and they're making very smart strategic calls.
Yeah.
You know, he could have put 215 or 216 or something really large, but taking just that 2 kilo jump couldn't have felt any different than the opener. He's more relaxed, more calm. He knows that he just has to execute to get himself ahead. He's really putting pressure on Karlos to make potentially a bad call, taking too big of a jump on that third and just not be able to make it.
Wait, there's a lot of confusion. The announcer's calling for 20. Karlos has asked for 17.
Oh, I'm wondering if the jury went over because 220 was the attempt that had to be put on.
Yep, Karlos there ready for whatever he needs. 217 he's coming out for. This is a world record. The jury are calling for a stop. They clearly think that he needs to take 20.
Nope.
This is
giant.
This is giant. Okay.
Wow.
Unbelievable. He's hit 220 in training. Just can't get under it.
An amazing clean.
Yeah, it was a heroic attempt. And that solidifies things. It's going to be gold medal to Italy. And you know what? I wonder if Pizzolato is going to take this and go for a world record. He looks in shape for it.
Absolutely.
It was an amazing clean. Here comes Antonino Pizzolato. 217 kilos, a world record attempt for him. This is an 11 kilo international record for Pizzolato. He hit 212 on his second attempt.
Wow.
I mean, he is so strong. There is no doubt, there is no question, Antonino Pizzolato is the strongest 89 probably in the world. I tell you what, the atmosphere here is electric. The Italian fans looking on.
Taking a well-deserved victory lap here.
Yeah.
That was an incredible session.
I have to say, that didn't look any harder than his opening attempt at 210 kilos.
I think that could have been 220 and he was going to make it.
I think it could have been 222. When you see something like that happen, the Bulgarian coach there going over, giving Pizzolato a hug. I'm interested to see what happens between him and Nasar, the other Bulgarian coach there, giving him a well done, the two Georgians. Here we go. Utter respect between Pizzolato and Nasar. No doubt, Max, we're going to see plenty more battles between these two absolute legends of weightlifting in the future. Okay, so we're here in the back room of the men's 89s. Incredible world record session. You can see we have Our medalists now coming out. Reva Stavitadze, bronze medal in the total. Karlos Nasar, silver medal in the total. And the most amazing session we've seen this championships. Antonino Pizzolato with the 217, a mind-boggling clean and jerk. We were just saying on the live commentary, we wish this was a sort of clean and jerk till you drop type scenario. We're sure he could have kept going on and on and on. Amazing session. Looks like the back room was incredible too. I tell you what, our heart rates are going right now. The adrenaline is pumping. That was world-class weightlifting. I have no words.